Morning everyone, just thought I'd let you know what's happening here. There's been a slight change in production as the pandemic has affected the ability to have shows. They're being cancelled one after the other, and as I sell most of my work through shows, I only have 2 galleries that I sell work through, and they're closed now as well, so the outlets of my work are changing. But I'm not letting that daunt me. You just have to change your business model a little bit. So this is the last of the big pots I'm going to be making for the near future. This is going in the kiln today. There's kiln packing this afternoon, so the last of the big pots are going in the kiln, and I'm going to concentrate on the Etsy side. And so long as the post office and postal services carries on working, I can get work out. So some of the work I've been keeping back for shows will be going on the Etsy site soon. There's a firing today, firing tomorrow, and then the work from that has been made especially for the Etsy site. And in a moment, rather than just boring you by talking, I'm going to be doing a little bit of a throwing demo. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make some smaller versions of this. This is a moon jar with a lid, so that's a little bit too big to go in the post. You have to keep the total weight to under 2 kilos. Otherwise it gets exorbitant, so they're going to be this sized. That's a little sort of tea caddy. But that's the size of pot that's going to be going in the post. It's going to be going in Etsy, easily transportable, easily postable, and that's the plan. I usually charge £10 to go to the US for example, but it costs me £16 to send it tracked and traced, because obviously everyone wants a tracking number. But I absorb the extra money. You have to be careful with your pricing as to not outprice yourself through postage. So there's a certain amount of profit in my work, and I'm absorbing the extra £6 or $10 or whatever it is, $9 out of my profit to let people get the work. We have to sort of work together on it. It's £5 in this country, and that's not a bad price to pay with postage and packaging. And so that's it. We're going to be making for the website and carry on until this pandemic ends. Enough of me chatting. Now we're going to get some more interesting stuff, some throwing done. These little moon jars with the lids. Okay, see you in 2 minutes. Okay, here we go. This is a small moon jar. It's about 400 grams. Question of a cylinder. It's going to have a little tiny turned base foot ring to it, so these tiny ones are almost as difficult as the big ones because my hands are big and clumsy. It's just a question of stretching it out. Getting the thickness right, or correct I should say. It's difficult to get water on the inside of this lip that's overhanging here, and you get a bit of drag. But that's sorted it. So a little bit of a raised gallery. And what I use now is a throwing stick that I made. It's a bit split off the bottom there, but I need this end here. And this is just to finesse the curve in the bottom. Spin it over to do the shoulder. They're quite easy to make these tools. It's nice because it's got a curve on it that allows me to do what I want to do, so I made it especially for this job. It's out of an old bamboo chopping board. You can make a good dozen out of a chopping board. All you need is a bandsaw, like I've got a bandsaw, but you can do it with a fret saw. A bit more hard work, but sand it off. That's quite a nice little tool. That's a shame it's split, but still usable. So that's the body of the moon jar done, little caddy. Just trim that off and lift it off. Okay, I'll just do you one more without too much talking. Famous last words there, aren't they? Not too much talking. The pandemic has not affected me. The government tells you to work from home, but that's all that I do. My lounge is just a few feet that way. I just commute. It takes a second to step through the doors from my house into the studio. So I'm used to working on my own. I'm just a cat to talk to. So the sort of cabin fever that people are talking about doesn't apply to me. I quite like the solitude of working. What has affected me is I'm a hugger. I like to hug people. So the inability to hug family and friends is hard work. I have to remind myself to not do it. It's in my nature to do it. But it's more price to pay for people's health, isn't it? I've stocked up on gas. If it gets prolonged, I've got a tiny electric kiln that fires to stoneware temperatures. I'll just switch to electric firing. Adapt and evolve. That's what we have to do. Oops. Don't let it get you down. Stay positive. Help others. Talk to your neighbours. See if they want anything. We've got a good community around us here. It's quite a rough council. Well, it used to be a rough council estate. It's quite pleasant now. But I've got really good neighbours. Just finesse it. It's this bottom bit here that you tend to leave like a pear shape rather than a ball, so just have to work on that. Then get the water out from inside. What's the other one done? Oops. Trim this off, then I'll do a couple of lids. Okay, lids. These are going to be a domed lid. You can lift off without a handle. So I'll just throw them off the hump. Doesn't have to be a massive hump. question of throwing the gallery. Yeah, just as if I'd done it before. Thin that out a little bit, and I'll cut the top off. Don't need to be that deep. Also, what I do is I just angle it in slightly so it fits. And that's one done. Double check the width. Gone in a little tiny bit so we can come out. A bit more. Just need to part it off with a needle. Fingers underneath. I'm doing it for me. I usually do it this way, but I'll do it for you so you can see. And I'll try not to stab myself. There you go. One more. Do one more lid, so it's just a question of isolating a little tiny bit of clay. Bring the light around here a little bit. I'm in front of a window here, but it's still better to have a little bit of light. I'm using this hand here to form the outer rim, and these thumb and finger here to form the gallery. You can do it in one, like that. Wider. If I want to go a bit wider, I'll take it from the centre outwards and stretch it. Like that. This distance here, I always make it a little bit wide. You can always turn it off afterwards. Raise it up. Pop the needle in. Lift off. That's it. So that's what's happening for the foreseeable future. I hope you all stay safe. Wash your hands. Don't hug. Keep your distance. And it'll pass soon enough. Okay. See you soon.